Formal parameter list. The parameter list declares the variables. Note that the declaration of parameter variable cannot be compiled. That is, int sum, int comma a, comma int b is illegal. But in the early days, what we will use like this: int a comma b, the program. A function need not always receive values from the calling program. In such case, function have no formal parameters. To indicate that the parameter list is empty, we use the keyword void between the parentheses, as in void println void, void println void. This function neither receives any input values nor returns back any value. Many compilers accept an empty set of parentheses without specifying anything. Function body. The function body contains a declaration and statement necessary to perform the required task. The body enclosed braces contains 3 parts in the order given below. That is local declaration that specifies the variables needed by the function statement that perform the task of the function, a return statement that returns the value of evaluated by the function. If a function does not return any value, like the println function, we can omit the return statement. However, note that its return type should be specified as void. Again, it is nice to have a return statement even for void function. Some examples of typical functions definitions are: function definitions example. Here, float multiple, float x comma float y, float result, then result x comma y we are going to multiply, then return the result. It is float result only we are going to store the x comma y value, so it is called as a local variable. Result x comma y, it is computes the product, we are doing some functionality. Returns result, it is a result part of activities. Here another part B, what we are doing, void sum. We are going to add sum of a and b. Int a and int b we are going to add. The print of sum equal to percentages a plus b. No local variables are declared. Then optionals, return is given in optional. Display, void display, no local variables are there. Print of no type, no parameters, no statement is there. Return values and their type. As pointed out earlier, a function may or may not send back any value to the calling function. If it does, it is done through return statement. While it is possible to pass to the called function any number of values, the called functions can only return one value per call at the most. The return statement can take one of the following forms: return or return expression. The first, the plain return does not return any value. That is this one. It will not return any value, but return within the bracket expression is there, means it will give the returning value. It acts much as the closing braces of the function. When a return is encountered, the control is immediately passed back to the calling function. An example of the use of simple return as follows: if error, it returns goes to the calling function. Return values and their types. The second form of return with an expression returns the value of the expression. For example, the function int multiplication, int x comma int y, int p equal to x star y, return p, returns the value of p, which is the product of the values x and y. The last two statements can be combined into one statement as follows: return x star y. The function may have more than one return statement also there. The above situation arises when the value returned is based on a sudden condition. For example, if x greater than or less than or equal to 0, return 0, else return 1. What type of data does a function return? All functions by default return int type data, but what happens if a function must return some other type? We can force a function to return a particular type of data by using a type specifier in the function header as discussed earlier. When a value is returned, it is automatically cast to the function's type. In a function that do computation using doubles, yet return int, that returned the value will be truncated to an integer. For instance, the function will return the value 7, only the integer part of the result, int product void return 2.5 star into 3.0.